Dog lovers, this is for you. Let's jump into it. Being reported by Scripps News, the entertainer Chris Brown must pay almost $13 million to his housekeeper who was attacked by his dog. The jury has ruled. R&B artist Chris Brown must pay nearly $13 million in damages to his former housekeeper after she was mauled by a large security dog at his Los Angeles area home in 2020, leaving her with permanent injuries. Yikes. According to multiple outlets, a jury in Southern California decided Brown and his company, Black Pyramid, must pay Maria Avila $12.9 million for negligence, emotional distress, and medical expenses, as well as $885,000 to her sister, Patricia Avila, for emotional distress since she was present at the time of the attack. Maria's husband is also reportedly awarded $50,000 after claiming his wife's injuries affected their marriage. And I am going to file for $10,000. I need 10 bands, Chris, because now I'm traumatized from reading all of this information. No, but not to make light of their situation, but I wanted to do this story for the dog owners, because a lot of us veterans own dogs and we like to say, oh, my dog listens to me and my dog is trained. They're still animals at the end of the day, folks. And yes, this was a security dog, but let me tell you the rest of the story. So let's go ahead and hear it. Maria and her sister were hired as housekeepers for Chris Brown's home in November 2020. The attack happened a month later in December. In the civil lawsuit, it states the sisters knew Chris Brown owned dogs, but that it was understood that the dogs were kept locked away in a different part of the house. Maria had gone outside to empty a vacuum bag and was viciously attacked by the Caucasian shepherd named Hades. Not surprised with that name. She testified during the 2-week trial that she did not know the dog was outside that day and denied Chris Brown's claim that he warned her not to go outside without an escort because the dog was not friendly. I pose the question of why the hell was the escort out there with the dog? If that was the dog handler or escort, as he wants to call it, why was that person not out there in the yard with the dog at that time? Wow. According to multiple reports, Brown testified that he heard the dog growling outside and he rushed downstairs to find Maria motionless on the ground. You heard it. He said he locked up the dog and called security for help, but did not call 911 because that made a whole bunch of sense. I see someone harmed and hurt on my property and I'm just going to leave and not call 911. Jesus. During his testimony, Chris Brown reportedly said that he left the scene because he's a celebrity and his manager suggested it. Well, guess what, Chris Brown? Your manager isn't the one on the hook for this $12.9 million, is it? You are. Wow. Home surveillance video from the incident was not preserved. How convenient. Maria testified that the lacerations on her face required dozens of stitches and surgeons had to harvest skin from her stomach to graft onto her arm, leaving her in extreme pain. Maria, who is a mother of 3, testified that the chronic pain and fears of dogs left in the aftermath of the attack forced her to end her career as a housekeeper. Now, this is just horrible because, of course, no one deserves to be attacked by anyone's pets while they're on your property. But, just like I said, a reminder as to why I wanted to do this video is to us veterans, because a lot of us own dogs. Even my little dog, Miss Indigo, who's a Chihuahua. When I was living in Austin in an apartment, I opened up the door after the Amazon guy had dropped the package. I waited a few moments because I knew she gets kind of hype and turned up when she hears the door bell or somebody near the door. And lo and behold, even after I opened the door, just cracked it, was reaching down to grab that package, Miss Indigo bolted out of that door and started chasing him. And he literally climbed on somebody's car. And I'm running behind her and I'm trying to tell him, if you stop running, she'll stop doing, she'll stop running and she'll stop barking. But, afterwards, when I reflected on the situation, I don't know what his triggers and his traumas are. He may have had another harsh run-in with another dog, another small dog, whatever case it may be. So I didn't really rate to try to tell him, stop running and try to, pretty much control the situation. So I just made sure I got a better handle on Miss Indigo, my adorable Chihuahua that I adopted. And now I make sure that she's I pick her up before I answer the door, or she's in her little cage momentarily, or whatever the case may be. So again, just wanted to make sure we kind of reviewed this story. And again, as a friendly reminder, watch your dogs, because at the end of the day, they are animals, unless you have $13 million in Chris Brown's case to give to a victim who gets harmed by your animal. So my name is Robin. I'm your retired Marine Corps First Sergeant. Be careful out there. Keep your dogs on a leash. Be safe. I hope to see you in the next video.